Welcome back to Beacon Pines. I got the name correct this time. Oh, made me a mistake. Every time, I think I got everything just right.
Before they could react, it encased them in ice.
Yeah, this horrible thing happened. Glad to know that if ever, glad to remind me of my freak out and trauma. I complained about this to my friends, and they were like, "Yeah, counter argument. You're playing a cutesy-looking fairy game. The heck did you thought was gonna happen?"
Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end. No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept their all. We are just going to have to. Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left: flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerks. Fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath.
M. Night Shyamalan, I knew you were part of this.
The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost them. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. And what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. So we can get our bearings. Follow me. Luca? Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
I swear I put walkie-talkie voice mod. It's called Battlefield Radio, but I'll switch it to it for that bozo carrot. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
Seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks! The young man of the hour! Now in how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Holmes are full of surprises, aren't you? Is there a button I can press to switch it on? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. So this is nothing. Okay.
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. Two faint seams were visible along the surface.
Manhole cover? It is. I've never seen one like it. Let's read it out. Sitting above, just above 258 Kelvin. It's down a bit from last time. Did you report this to Mr. Kerr? And it's still within safe ranges. It might be spreading, but it's under control for now. I think it's a 258, so that's like 4.7 Fahrenheit. Or negative 15.15 degrees Celsius. Yeesh. And a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. A few more sights to hit before we punch out. Let's get this over with. This. How'd you say with all this snow? I think it's a town sign. You can almost make out the letters under there. What town could this even be? There could be another town this deep in Leafwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. So once snow's gotta go. Let's see what I can do.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
What? No, we came from Beacon Pines. Why is there a second Beacon Pines? This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How do we get back here? Just got turned around. Where did the snow come from? It's been colder than normal lately. It's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. What are we fought before? It was cold too. I hope it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? Let me get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Does stuff look familiar to you? Looks like barrel near the puddle I shoved me into, yeah.
The fencing glistened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
Looks like the stuff they put on wood. Stuff who put up. I don't know. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't have time to run. Or, you know, swim run. Put my IBS back up.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all this. You have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic honk-atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We're going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town's destroyed. Everyone I've ever known is gone. You don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's going to be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It's getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
The way snow's covered everything over, it's kind of calming. Yeah. I'm trying to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. Yeah, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gun would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. Let's I could stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. That's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You're supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Jeez, you're gonna get a type stick forever to stand this very basic point. You're going to say cruel things trying to get in fights.
Iggy shrugged.
That's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You won't understand. You and Rolla are always having a blast together. Laughing all that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn. With his perfect little life. Life is not perfect. Everyone in town likes you. Not everybody. That new girl haven't even passed yet, and even she already likes you. You have Tish.
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. She ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
You get that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
It must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
Should probably trying to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of this.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some
He's
more.
whispering. When it comes to the worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad.
The house smelled of warm bread.
Excuse me?
Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug.
Oh yeah, he's dreaming again.
He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this.
Just gonna let the music swell for a bit.
The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun. A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me! Just making some slight adjustments to my screen.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. You're asleep, minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I'll see. You think you're better than me, you.
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
Big-hatted, scruffy-necked, peck-neck furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? You must call me something. You can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How would he make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait. Do you live here? You might say that. Do you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, how we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gotta help us. You gonna help us or not? We're gonna leave. Before knowing how to leave, one must know who they are. Alright, that does it. Look, I don't know about you. I'm getting out of here one way or the other.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose it's time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
Perfectly honest, even I would get, like, sort of punchy. This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe someone from time travel Gabe and Wheatwood. We're transported to some we're teleported to some alternate universe. Or there's also a crew experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. Reaching closer to the truth. Also, alas, reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. I said, this is Beacon Pines. Original true Beacon Pines. You both grew up here. The town you called your home for the past several years is a replica. Just Okay, I now have two theories. One, they pissed off some elder god, because I can't get away from that. And so, as a result, Beacon Pines got frozen over, so they try to make a new town, and then Beacon Pines got frozen over again because the Eldritch gods, or maybe it's a Fae thing, don't like being tricked like that. Or they just made a duplicate town because the previous town got screwed over. A la, let's take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else. Thirdly, it's like the town of Ordinary, where something bad happened here, but they couldn't completely wipe it off the map, so they had to make a fake town. I don't... Just give me a hot minute, alright? I need to wrap my head around this. Okay. I'm still mad, still confused. Remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair. But replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, Voltage defeat would require immense labor power. Which can be moved would be moved. Which could not would require a precise duplicate. You would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. I think so. Unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable abilities which complete the tapestry, one can leave that to the relentless thing we call brain. As a real version to discontinuity, a reversion even. Brain is a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Look, Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. This is not my job, but whatever. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all, and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question you can never really answer with certainty. The best one can do is uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why are you saying the source like that? Why, indeed.
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's so ridiculous. There's no way they could.
He looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
This really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out,
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weedwood.
Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived.
Do you live here?
He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to Perennial Harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know. Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth.
We were just here.
He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow.
I mean, we were here yesterday.
His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find it, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. They stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes. I know when you're a kid, stuff like that seems the biggest thing, so I'm not gonna make fun of that.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Gotta hide. $259K. Ball distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. It doesn't feel like it sometimes. But anything we left behind. That's the grave of someone with a family. People who love them would never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey! Don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Weirdo. Yeah, I thought I was a jerk. These dingoes are out here literally dancing on graves.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
Iggy
advice.
gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! Who is any of this helping? What? Sitting in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Hoor, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? Some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass. I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Kira and his merry band of clipboards pushed off the switcheroo for a reason, right? I mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever the source must be awfully valuable to Pinell Harvest. Sure be saying something unfortunate would happen to the precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? What's small enough to steal, we snatch it. It's too big to snatch, we smash it. What's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. It can get awfully cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens, no! Do I seem like a killer to you? Don't answer that.
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Ah, shucks, now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. I hate the sound of snow being stepped on. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story? So a few years back, I gained possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the whoopie firecracker stuff they give kids. The good stuff. So why'd you bury it under the tree? That's a long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken. Oh my god, you're the cause of it. Rolo's chicken coop. You guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I sort of think of it as incendiary, right? As an it's hard to do that accent and read it. Incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rolo got grounded for months, which is why I need to stash the evidence and lay low. I burned them out of that tree. When I came back for them later, they were gone. I figured some ground found them and tossed them.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. Your little brat is a win way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotten children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? You really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Here for blast off, loser. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. I don't know when I'll use that word. Oh, probably with, Mr. Big, and whose name I immediately forgot because he's the jerk.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo! 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 Whoa. See, they wanted to move us all out of town now. Or they dig a giant hole. I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole? Why don't we smash a hole? Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr? Where's Rolo? I was on line before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Rat's go. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
That really is something, isn't it? Your town. What is all this? That's a doozy. Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source where they collect the unrefined.
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand it this well enough to explain it. The fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Aren't you in charge? Oh, heavens no! My role is merely to flash a wooden smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Well, you're destined to be a creepy lackey. And the point is, we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be in a league, in the role of a lifetime, and you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. aren't giving up on a fight. The smile's not even winning enough to be done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes me a professor such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change. There. That's better. Deal with him.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks. Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret's one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these into your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. That's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can all head back to the 9. It's been a long day. On to these 2 from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca. Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child. What have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call him back. What challenge do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. Do that, the clipboard should just haul us up and snag us both. When we get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look in your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? Oh, you know, I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Oh, can you believe this guy?
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No, can do. If you want to save your friend, you have to save me too. Look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't gonna kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just no good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's the only way out of this mess. 2 birds with 1 stone. Makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
A calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once.
Luca had
Sure,
no
let's
choice
continue this
but to
horrible trend.
accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Hell up and goodbye, Iggy. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Here he is. Ah, but of course. Fireworks. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have just been the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before our prenatal harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend sacrificed to save this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempest liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. Doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. Race aside from its property being right, precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So this gunk makes things cold and fireworks make the whole freeze over? That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I should think what would happen in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
What would happen? Actually, I don't think I can get to it. It'd take a good idea. Wow. It'd take a good while to safely break through and access the source again. You know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has her own role to play. Iggy's role, turns out, was to buy his precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you're going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm?
Why are these things glowing?
Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
It's the whole thing. That's not where I use Crooked at? Where do I use Crooked at? Sorry,
Luca
Iggy,
had
but
no choice
self-sacrifice
to
is not the
refuse
way.
Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end. I think this was was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
So both of them suck. Okay.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
Oh god, we voiced 4 people in this one.
Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless.
I think he's
Rollo
unconscious.
spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver.
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Ooh. Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
You can do this my way, or... I'll just say I never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance. What? I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran? Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gran will help her blow up the festival, huh? Blow up the festival? Good
He
lord.
shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you would have went too hard on him. What do you say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any farther. Someone knows who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. The thing they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library? Is there anything information about the source thing? Kaido can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Oh, Kaido hung out here so much, eventually just gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Mrs. Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I told you and Rollo, I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. If you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. How about a personal code of conscience? Actually, we're looking to do some research. You're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing. We sort of don't know. That's the. Hold up. I need to wet my whistle, apparently. I didn't even know my voice was getting harsh. La 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 la. There we go. Sorry. What you got on the history of the town? There's the country record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, let's start there.
Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
I didn't read more records. My eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up one of those asinine death records. Rollo Carter lived a full and wonderful life. He read so much boring crud, his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
Got a better idea, spit it out. Sounds like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. It won't be boring country records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a country record. Really? That's the best you got? I'm done with you. You be the footnote in history. Just like
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
Jay Hatford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're a little tired here. Just take a minute.
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck? In the obit? Hey Hatford. Ugh. I haven't talked so much that my voice goes out like this. I hope I'm not actually getting sick. From the Brookfield Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? Jay Hatford. That's my grandson name. Juniper Hatford. You have her two Jay Hatfords? Miss Hatford survived her younger E. Hatford. Her mother's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. Your grand 6 feet under, 3 towns over. Then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Alright, gang, I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Ah, crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay? Let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Sorry, trying to figure out. Okay, so if there's no relation to him, then that doesn't explain the timeline in which they, in the timeline where they got frozen with the treehouse, he only came there because on advice from his grand at the time we didn't know it wasn't his grand. So what's going on there? Is it a weird situation like in Gravity Falls where it turns out that it's like their other, like someone's faking to be Julia, but it's still a relative of the family? Shit. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
He woke up, skiffing his findings, and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. See a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery
He
delayed.
flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Newcreed. Oh yeah, that guy. Okay, now I can think. So Grand will be tied up, Mr. Tolliver. I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. These are the options: go to bed and act as nothing's wrong. Graham will think Mr. Tolliver is finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Alright. And she's gone. So you know what? Maybe just leave the house. Gran? Okay. Stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
Well, it's done. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Rest now. Let me handle everything.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches.
Ow.
Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Because he's a creep. Next question.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
Just felt something fall out of my headphones, and I don't see what it was, and now I'm worried something was in my headphones, and I'm trying not to think about that. The festival! And just jump down all the stairs like it. Where have you been? Graham put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret message for conspirators. Not this one. This was tended from Mr. New Creed. Put me to sleep. Whoa. Ho ho! Sly devil. I think he's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? You've looked around, but haven't seen anything odd. The ground's nowhere to be found. But New Creed's just loafed around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone's gathering at the stage. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
I'm just looking around, seeing if there's someone I haven't seen before. Doesn't look it. Who's this thing? Hello, Bacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Yes. Before we get started, I just want to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. Someone wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. Thought I would begin with a round of applause benefiting such a great man. Even that's more than the old cougar deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Yeah. Right, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for a mayor. What a great turnout. Oh, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. It'd be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Moody, convention, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Pernurnal Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's an exact... What is that word? Is he making up words now just to make me frustrated? You don't have a very big... Impossible to stop a person. Inexorable. It's inexorable. I'm butchering it wrong. I've never read this word before, so... Unavoidable and undeniable. And I am daggum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all here together today. It's hard for me to believe that was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which changed my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot on Bacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. See, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. Which it was change that we recognize the potential of this place. Say that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still on the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment. Change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate, they made a perfect match that day. Nothing's more important to y'all than community. And Pernurnal Harvest is community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only made it through the fall harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Pernurnal Harvest was founded on conviction and on the conviction that we are that horizon. festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scuff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. My throat did not like that. I'm tickled pink that we'll all make that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder is going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
How was I? My chalice, I remember thing. Oh, one always reaps what they sow. I'll plant a lot of good in this town. And so it is with a heavy heart that I can complain.
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
Our harvest awaits! Oh, it happened again.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything! Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please. They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What's going on here? You're that Motorwood girl. Please, call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? A bad way to avoid prying eyes. I would expect a kid. I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. You understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. It turns out we're both here to...
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the Ogo is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. I want to find out who's going to destroy the source. I don't know how bad that might be. I don't know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You finish this up on your own? Jennifer trusted me for a reason. Can leave the rest to me. Okay, there's one more loose end I gotta work on. Is it? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan when we were stuck in the candy shop. And you know it? It's been an odd phrase in Parental Harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. Is there a password and nowhere to put it? It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. Should probably go work that out. I got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. No time Mr. Tolliver has a candy shelf. All he sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rolo. Oh, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll have a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spine transmissions there, what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
Seem to find the hidden meeting. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could be a cover-up. It's one of those letters and number thingies. So you would be 21, and would be 14. You would be... Ooh. It's an anagram. It's an anagram. Nun Creed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rolo with amazement.
That was incredible. Was it that or Creed's Nun drugstore? Yeah, I think you're right the first time. How'd you do that? I gotta say, I love ciphers. I've sort of lost the accents of my throat's getting funky. Actiony music. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I have a few more details to lock down for the festival. Now, what do you have to report? This is the town fest really about. I think...
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really just wants to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. And then we'll string this on his mayor so he can make friends. Your job's to figure out what Kerr and Colonel Harper's true intentions are with this town. We have responsibility. This is our father's town. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Harris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. So I think they're unaware of the town flip too. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Harris's cry hung in the air.
New choice to make now, sister. This town's going to change whether we like it or not. We're going to choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past. It's a shame. Father named you Augustus. You'll always just be a Gus. Good night, Harris. We'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. What you doing
Solomon
outside?
stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. I'm looking for Mr. New Creed. Still in there? I'm afraid not. Where'd you get the candy from? I'd say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. We might know as a family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. I can't say licorice was my first choice. Or floats your boat. Tell a lot about a person by the choice of infection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gloves. I'm certain you do. That's why Mr. Noobgrid kept licorice in stock. Must mean nothing to make it worthwhile. In many ways, they're in loyalty. For some, it's easy as cold hard cash. I was right, it's locked. Let's have more clues. Okay, let's see. Okay, no dialogue. You ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nungreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would it be a blinky keypad? Greed's new drugstore! I mean, underground secrets! The password!
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Alright, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great. Now what? I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
Ooh, new location.
The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
Sorry. I can't wait until I can get an ID so I can get medical help. So I can get like, I don't know, prescription allergy medication. I'll be right back. I forgot to take my over-the-counter allergy medication. And also my over-the-counter gut gut stuff. I'll be right back. Sorry that it took so long. I misplaced where I put my gummies. My, gummies for my leaky gut, basically. Perils of autism. Your body hates you at all times. I knew it! You knew there's a secret hub full of strange tubes underneath the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Like, look, do you remember how cool it would be if the transdimensional conduits from Transdimensional conduits from Hank Atomic 12 were real? Rollo, at one point or another, you've said about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. Looks like each of these has something written on them. Oh, this suit has a broken mask. So we found a mystery warehouse creeper. We at least found their hazmat suit. Walks like a new creed, talks like a new creed. Let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. No, I agree with Rollo. I think New Creed was the guy in the suit. Main Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. Sounds like farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. Obviously, it's going to trust a miner up to the point where they hit gold. I'm sure this wisdom applies in the exact situation. That's the thing about Paul, you don't realize what he means until it's too late. Then he beats you. I shouldn't say that. Vernal Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What'd she do? Science stuff? Is she involved in all this? We just moved here. How can she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Vernal Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I know I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing! I didn't even mow yet! What is that? Hide. Where? There's other weird tubes down here. Just get back. Shit. Awesome! You all need to come with me now. We're not going anywhere with you. Until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. Can keep you hidden to after the festival. I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Oh no, I like my skin. So stops now, New Creed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We're a team, Walt and I. Idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. But how about on helping folks? So you're a sidekick? No. We're partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yep, total psychic.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
I can only do one act at a time, apparently, because if I try to do anything more than that, or anything farther with one accent, I start coughing again. Look, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Shopper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. Found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. The thing is, I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others than you help yourself now and then. Classic villain sidekick into villain plotline. Won't love me more, love righteous. Bleh. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep now. Won't love being righteous about almost more than he loved his family. I was wrong about one thing, though. He begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said. Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Shaper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Shaper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. Is there a point to the sob story? Not really, no. I'm just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. You forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing this town's party. She's gonna disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How did she know? She knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this is the only underground lamp we busted in today. Honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosions and bad intentions, man, big man. Bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark found in the town square. Now, why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source. What the heck's the source? She tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze. Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. Y'all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So, we're totally following, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this sound.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carry her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
That was intense? Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. Doesn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. Would anyone want to blow up something out here? Yeah. Why would anyone even want to blow up something blow something up out here? One way to find out, I suppose. How to catch up with Nuncreed. I think we're this way. I can't look at it unless... Alright. Well, we know we're in Beacon Pines 1. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. It may not be the most well-versed in all things Beacon Pines. Is this like some sort of frozen replica of town? Ah, got it. It's all obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Rollo, stick with me here. Seaweed only lives in sub-zero temperatures. Boy, here we go. The source is the base cap dimension, so naturally to keep it cold. Trying by drowning through this mechanical wormhole back there. My objective? Kill us all and shape yourself into a beacon citizen of the choosing. You never really had me. You very much lost me there. Getting used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you're doomed this whole town. How was it me who's doomed this town? I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? You and her friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. It's between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. And I possibly trusted you to do the right thing. Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas on how to affect change. It convened your wages to happen to line your pockets. No, that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage. And in the stillness, he began to weep.
Lucas have a very tiring days, really. This is what likely would happen.
It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
Okay, that's the wrong choice, apparently. This all makes sense soon, Luca. And everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind these people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't!
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness. She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
See, Joseph, I learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, you must be willing to.
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence. Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca, her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror, there was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end.
Stop making this a Lovecraftian horror!
Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Hum.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note. Lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, little Buckaroo. You told me that, or my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother, only smaller, older, changed.
That's right, Buckaroo. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
It's Joseph over there, like, just in my pants. Just in my pants. Eleanor? I thought you were gone. Should have known it would have abandoned my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought we'd piece it together by now. You're exposed. I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where'd you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? You tore me up, Luca, but I did to keep you safe. Not getting answers would help us both move on. The more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. If the aerial harvest was stopped, it'd be better if everyone thought I was gone. Could have trusted me. There are bad people, Luca. Some until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
It can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them with their own game. I'm done fighting fire on fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop mineral harvest. Go with our truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Answer me, Snow. Come on, everyone. We got a party to crash. Snow, why won't you answer me? I'm on my knees here, Snow. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen. There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we're all be starting making that choice together. How great is that? Excuse me? Sounds a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. In fact, the whole damn town moved right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. I wish I could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. And when they had us evacuated, and that's how my friend gonna ask you to. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you see? This festival is a sham. Excuse of the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I am Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Aren't you just sneaky as the Dickens? I knew Valentine's very lies was too good to be true. And now this whole town's paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about this disruption. My soul should take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable so she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You don't know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easy to look the other way. The truth is... That's quite enough, Mr. Newcreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Temptress. That's not how that's a word, I don't know how to say it. Temptress. Catalyzed by song, turbulent, or conflicting emotion. Turbulent, stormy, lustfully. Tempered. Tempestuous. That's how it's pronounced, apparently. I'm so screwing it up. Been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's buried in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, a little dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in very company. You managed to pull one over me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to show up to a party. But I less expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter. Failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, of course. You've done quality work for me, William. I look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can disperse for the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can now call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist. A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
What? No! Huh. So you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor's right about one thing. The festival was a ruse. I want you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the secret. Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr?
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward! Someone else has something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. You truly believe you'd be free of me? A town to complete and utter fools. People should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me, and that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give, the opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. Saying disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus, an adult is speaking. I know which is worse, a son who's completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who invariably lets me down. Harris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. A legacy? Who needs a legacy who can just live forever? What about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where's Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. I want you to give him a hand. Now this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because you left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to become rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to recapture his youth. Play the Spartan, soon to be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, he remains loyal. This goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already fiddled away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. You're saying William Kerr was never in charge of Mineral Harvest? You think the puffed up Batherskite could have accomplished all this? Don, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things up while I orchestrated my return. Something misdirect, lie, and bilk the town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, Thespian extraordinaire, at your service. Andre, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Now your secret's out in the open. What's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears the most. Now I'll make sure those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. Some of the crowd answers. I never gave honest answers to those guys. I like to fuck with them for funsies. Choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. The young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. Mostly accidentally, but still disrupting. What a pity. Things have gone a bit differently. You might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never I demonstrated what a great man can do, given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now.
Sharper Valentine has completely ruined global warming by inventing eternal winter.
You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Fire and ice.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all to be over. Of course. I'm sure all will work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Lola at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all.
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Wow. I got a wrench in the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. I walked in front of you. Don't scare a man when he's junking, Sonny. Evening, Jeff. It's kind of late to be junking. I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Bah, this Inferno harvest moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about a person by looking at what they throw away. And a bunch of illustrated with this bunch of illustrated paper and coffee cups. I better get going. I'd see nothing if you didn't say nothing. See what? Exactly.
Luca tied a bent nail onto the line. If all you have is a hammer...
What nonsense am I getting today? It's a photo of you and Uncle Joseph. Let me say that. Look at these two young fools. How did it end up at the bottom of the pond? Who can say? Some things are just hard to explain. I miss Uncle Joseph. How come he doesn't come fishing with us anymore? He's busy with his new job at Valentine's. It's a new job to do with him fishing with us. It's complicated. Like I said, some things are hard to explain. Kinda wish I could get a good look at that a good look at that picture. Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Yeah. Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together."
In the background, there's an alien in a spacesuit fiddling with physics in order to get a cacophony of musicians to work together to create a new universe. That was a very dumb joke, wrong reference to Outer Wilds, but God, I pushed through.
Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone." Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open. Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Stop right there. Or I'll... Sheesh. I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop, I'll clubber you with a baseball bat. Whoa. Take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Uncle? Luca, quit messing around. It's me. It's really you, prove it. Flamin' chicken coop, Luca!
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo. Only bigger, older, changed.
What happened to you? I was running away. I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where'd they take you? Oh no, they threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. It made my hands all big. Look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
I'm huge! Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Oh, it wasn't just your hands. My feet, too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo! Rollo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of grain crud. Ew. It actually wasn't too bad. It tasted kind of like licorice. Passed out and woke up like this. And then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped. Oh, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage. Who are these people? I don't want to do this to you, but we're going to fix it. Fix it? This is awesome. I'm just glad you're safe now. Look, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. Might finally leave what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger?
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Hey, fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. Seems a little old. You know, this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry, you're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking questions here. That's fair. How'd you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I can hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca? This is why I need to prove security around here. Not now, Rollo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but...
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
You can stay around me, you can stay around Rollo. It's been a real weird day all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. First order of business was trying to salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Okay. Playing cool. I hope no one notices. This is what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Here, let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? It's kind of felt like a change. It's gonna take forever to grow out. When he said that change was a good thing, right? Just talking about your mother's new job. Just talking about us moving. So took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Forget, I came over here to tell you that Nellie had to go to work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be so good. Yeah. Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck. He is. Him and his weird cult of personality. You're not gonna ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It's never heard of exiled dog to this Pundup town. This place sucks. People are weird. Just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains, you get used to it. You can't pick up a single decent station on the radio. No banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? Or, you know, have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You look presentable for the festival. But not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
You know moving is hard, honey. Doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. believe other people seem to have that covered for me. You decided to rebel by dyeing your hair more?
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of a rose you look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mom. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry, Gum Trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we go back to the story now? The next part is the important bit. I had the radio I upgraded with my room when I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Moldwell seemed to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. If you have to work overtime, even though a chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith she's capable of finishing the work left by and you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor. Her work must be completed before the festival. I'll make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir? Once you finish the work, we need to make a we need to make a determination regarding long-term prospects of the company. Immediately, sir? We should have more time to fully bring people in the fold. We are in the endgame build. Your favorite Dr. Prescott. I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once you finish the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to Panero Harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. So, if I might suggest, we should delay just for a bit. No? Just we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline. Russian things that caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand, I just want what's best for you. I'm internally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill will make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from everything you've dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. So we're clear, when they say loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone. Capital murder.
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
I need to take a drink again, because I've been talking a lot. I should have, got more liquid death, but I didn't because I'm stupid. Who's this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Nah, as far as we know, Kerr's the top banana at Panero Harvest. Sounds scared of this founder guy. We haven't even topper banana on the field. What the hell is my mom caught up in? Did she talk about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luke, do you think the body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That makes sense. Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. It's 2 days away. Won't you come home after work? Human Radio said they're going to hold her there until then. So she's not coming out. We've got to go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Yeah, this will help. Yeah, blueprints? It's really just a welcome map from my mom's PH or orientation day. But it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, there's up here. This big room marked Founder's Office. And that's the exit's marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. Realize what this is, right?
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. It's officially a heist.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest.
I would love this lady to meet the narrator from Suddenly Parable because she's a lot more flexible than the guy is.
It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology.
Even if she somehow doesn't know where the story goes.
Not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in one day, and they each had their assignments.
Alright, quick weekend wrap. Well, you're gonna talk to Roxy. Quarterly. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me? Cordio is my middle name. Uh-huh. Now you plan to explain your
He
new
waved vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance. Bah, she was being so happy I'm alive. She won't even notice.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure a lot high level won't shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. She understands the danger Nellie's in, the danger we're all in. That will make sense. Okay? Leaves me with Jeff then Iggy. You can persuade them. I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. I just didn't want to read that. Hey Jeff, what can I do you for? I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, man. I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. We're gonna break into their headquarters and thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
Yeah, see, I knew you kids were alright. Great, so you
The
help?
joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you rascals.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Crooked! Yeah, they're all crooks. Like cockroaches. Stamp right out and they'll come skirting around and take its place.
Luca wasn't ready. He shouted out.
Junk! Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I got more junk than a king has copper. Ain't interested.
Jeff's brow
Hide.
perked up.
What do you say? Go ahead and hide then.
Sensing some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
I can let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what we want about old Jeff, and they all do. You never hear him say hi from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What's what the kid needed? Oh, disguise. I just got just the thing. Right, that creature coming at me. That ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking buy a bad sow guards to cover it. But am I dead?
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Now to find two brats that don't like me, one of which is is a rhinoceros. Oh look, the rhinoceros. Hey Tish, look where it is. Who it is? Look, are you here to try and take less of that again? Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
But listen, you know we're both been giant bags of shit to each other.
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. Lately, life's been kind of strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering truce and asking for your help. What do you say we break our Arceles, at least for now? We do a lot breaking things. And truth means less breaking things. I told you there's a way to have a truth and break stuff. Go on. Who did you cause distractions from sneaking to Pernero Harvest HQ?
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, look at that on! I'm impressed. This is done. Maybe you and Tish can come along and train out sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. Not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
You hear that, Tish?
Iggy gazed up at Tish with a smile.
Invite us to hang out at the
A single
treehouse.
tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. How wonderful.
Chapter 7. Into the Hive. A good heist requires preparation, and thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. We are locked and loaded on my end. And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
I mean, it's true. That's why a lot of... I forget exactly the quote. Basically, it boils down to if you want to get something done suspiciously, just show up in like a clipboard and maybe a vest of some sort and just kind of look hazard and just stress about the whole damn thing.
Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here. A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery schedule for this morning.
He
Right.
had to think quick.
It's because it's directly to the founder. He has to be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Our harvest awaits and such.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
Harvest. Oh, wait. Package here for the founder. Oh, I didn't hear anything about... Yeah, this is a need-to-know kind of thing. I'll just check.
He stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see. You just complete this form.
Rollo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits. Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits. Would you like the candle dish? Yep. Suck on this for narrow ham fist. What was that?
The distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I got a job to do.
The clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
Make that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Hey, okay. That was close. Our harvest awaits. Hey, I figured. When in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one. We pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone knows what to do? Yep. Deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck, in case you need some muscle. I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water.
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca, what are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and they're in hazmat suits? Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Okay, you should stick with me. We got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo and Beck are headed to the deep engineering. Thank heaven you found me. We gotta get out of here. Can't leave just yet. But they'll catch us again. I gotta do something first. I'm wondering, do you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? What are you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get into that office. Now you mention it. I don't think I saw a door that said Founder. It's just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Or, what's of the Founder? Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. Very lucky Randy or else I might have missed it. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle. Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
There seems to be some sort of electronic lock. I don't see how we could possibly feed a lock like that.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy. Good afternoon.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rollo, I'm in. Expected there's a control panel. Brett Timon, we're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. Need to let it get us through. There's someone catching us. We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Clearly don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess: underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
How did you just guess that? Oh, it's a certain password Roller heard when he was down here before. Funny how someone arrogant themselves called the Ballander uses such a basic password. If it was thinking so moves ahead, not expecting him to guess something so simple. Knowing that Solomon is sharper, he's clearly trying to make himself sound good without getting himself away. These villain types always ended up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Powers of seduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rollo, I think this should do it. Bango, bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What's this slippery about even doing down here? Got a friend whose mom's in trouble. Where should I get her out? I see. Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. Crap, we got company. Luca, must go faster. Looks like I can't think with all this
He
noise.
quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
There it is. 13806. Gotta go, go, go. Percy's fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up. I know you're just trying to help. And no water cups. Rollo! Oh, are you okay? Rollo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're trapped.
With self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost them. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay. You two rabble rousers are coming with us. Nope. Make a break for it. That little shit just kicked me. I'll just stand there after them. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fizz had them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rollo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Mom. Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought I'd be happy and finally use the young Kent and Mrs. Ladd kit. You're now to make me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. I need to get you out of here. Well, who's your dope friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I have more of a growth spew. No, that's not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Professional banding of the molars, consistent with Tempest Liquimine exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. Tell me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. What the hell is going on at this place? It's brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound discovered under Beacon Wells in a wellspring they call the Source. They named it Tempest Liquimine. channels energy from our surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It's the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvest the source, confuse small amounts of Timber's Liquimine to the product, work wonders to drastically accelerate plant growth. Crops ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. Lets complications. Foul harvest. Tornado harvest came to clean up the mess, to succeed when Valentine has failed. Tempest Liquimine is rebellious. Rebellious? Think of it as a combination to change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott. Hardening Tempest Liquimine readily mutilated organisms' age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Score's very system may achieve a successful result before today's festival. He didn't, right?
Nellie sighed.
How much I love a good puzzle. Pour myself into the problem. So long ago I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? Contain obvious errors, mistakes that someone with rotation would never make. So I fixed them and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. Really am truly sorry. Meh, those clothes are all hand-me-downs anyways. Seems like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. Consider that possibility. I sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Dr. Prescott is dead. Her had him killed. What? I've heard him talking about it on the radio. That's why we gotta get you out of here. I just... like, now. Wait, the vial. That's some chemical equation with my own deck control of aging. So Kurt picked it up just before you came. The reason we gotta tail it. Look, we're Dr. Modewell, heading to your way now. Roger that. Be careful. Right, everything's on track. What's your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when we get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Al's 8 proof of escape. Hard drink for a hard man. Oh, it's alcohol. It's arrogant.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
Just clear right now. What was that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. You're silly. You don't bother at all.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Hey, that must be the good stuff. They're all locked. There's not as careless as you expected. There's a bad boy hands on it. Security system. Time card logs. Payroll. Why are you so evil? This guy sure is boring.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
Oh, nothing. I thought I was helping Kara plan the festival. It's a secretly recessed party. Only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. Must have been here recently. Sorry I got dragged in this mess, Solomon. You need to worry about me. I won't feel bad either way. I'm gonna get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it! Locked. That was close. When we left Nellie's office swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Yes. Rello? Where we start tossing blame around. Is it possible someone ordered pizza? Definitely not pizza. What now? Look at me, I'm officially retiring from hygiene business. Just let me think. Someone watch the door? Of course. Why not settle up? Oops. I think this little caper has gotten long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Mulvin, a brief reinduction is in order. We never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Someone the pathetic orphan child. Powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper the fallen predator who created this town. Vernal harvest. Valentine fertilizer. All connected by a single thread, yours truly. But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Yes, now you've got it. Tempest look men. When you discovered to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Morgan. Very good. The discovery was intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
The effects were a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work. She did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
I present to you the eighth wonder of
Before he could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Oh, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. I have no idea what you have in your hands. Actually, we do. You did a whole evil monologue thingy about it.
Rollo casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a
Luca
taste.
jiggled the vial mockingly.
Seize him. I'm gonna inch and I'll smash
She
it.
held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
I'll smash it, I swear. Fine. Risk killing us all. Or if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? The capture will grant you much less
He
leniency.
pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand over now, none of you will be harmed.
A deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. There's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know this is the only way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, first you have a speech to make. Travel there and give the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. I think all this is thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. Understand, how is this all because of me? I said, Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I had an opportunity to be a part of something great. If I was blinded by righteousness, and broken in my laboratory and attempted to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
The universe is a funny way of correcting course. By nettling with the force you understand, Walt showed me his true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. The festivities of my subsequent ascension, I won't return to deal with you all. Till then, let's just use that time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three keep post outside the door. Oh, crap. Holy Buck served up like that. She had any other choice. But now, what's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rollo, you just need some time. Rollo, it's over. We've lost.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Hey, I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, we were so close. I get a feeling that eventually someone will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals. Well, time seems less of an issue for him right now. Look, there's something you should know. Since Mr. Kerr locked me in the office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer. Sort of note. Dr. Prescott must have said time in Pino Harvest was growing short, so he left behind a letter with the hope it would be found by his successor. Confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents... Look, I think they're meant for you. What? What did it say? It's about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her lab and stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempest Livermine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. No one trusted Pino Harvest, so she kept her whereabouts a secret. The time your mother led him to rediscover the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's right. I realize no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I believe that's why he begins to intentionally sabotage his own work. And cost him his life. It's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
She's alive. Where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull. Chapter 8. Comeuppance. Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall in a foolhardy. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Miss Lucas, Gran. That's awfully nice of you. But I'm fine. Oh no, what did they? Gran, there's no time explaining. We have to go now. However, we got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, the tourists with formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
You gotta stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No. Well, I guess that's it. We've lost. You're so sure about that.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back? I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
It's an arc word. Like pocket change? You're a lucky penny. Yeah, I plopped in the vial when no one was looking. What's that gonna do? No idea. That's the beauty of science. Now we observe. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Holy crap, he's a baby! Can't be so sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. Apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we? Do what Valentines always do. What must be done? Pulls out a gun. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father, young Shaker. Be a great help, thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Everyone, the show is over. Let me leave now.
Epilogue. Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn, his mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Rollo, are you up yet? Right to that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute.
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage. Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
I'm ready to go now. You going without me? I'll meet you there. I got a batch of jam to finish dry. It's funny. I started making jam with way to send messages without anyone noticing. No, I enjoy it. Grave's not there anymore. I thought that's what it'll be doing. I hear you enroll a big transfer in the treehouse. Yeah, it's starting to get crowded with both the max capacity one Luca rule. Decided to expand. At least we got some help with that. How's internship at Nella and what's shop going? It's been great. Countless times we get into school of Ashikola off the state. Also, Nella says she wrote a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just kind of worried about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's similar to a brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't mean grown, literally. This morning was up in Disney toward morning breakfast. Some of that might be excitement about the treehouse birthday, reservations. Tell him this because he'll go to his head. Be proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going? Couldn't be better. I'm grateful to Eli and Nelly for letting me help. Just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Guess we should clean up the sidewalks. What's
When
next?
Perennial Harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can now paint the new offices. Count on us. Looks like you really found your calling. Never really feel comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here, that's something I can be proud of. How's that happen this morning? The most underrated part of a good nap is the view. The view is getting greener every day. Nice. Didn't decide on a name. We gotta clear out the old stuff before putting in the final touch. Cylindry Harvest is now official. I like it. Actually nails it down. There's been a lot of work to do. The name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is brought doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I learned that the more you care about something, the more it is to take things slow. Our motto is go slow and fix things. Amen to that. Why not dilly-dally? Let me get to the treehouse.
Luca stuck a toy stretchy hand onto the hook. Those things always get dirty anyway.
Should we give it to Mom? She likes jewelry. That's a sweet thought, Buckaroo. I should fully appreciate a pawn bracelet. Is there still more? How much fishing can there be done? A little higher. Little lower. Little higher. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. You tell him it's not the angle. Hey, I'm not in charge of the antenna redesign. Fine, fine, Iggy, just don't do anything drastic till we get back. Who, me? This, you're in charge, Rom-Con. Yep. It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. We really want mission control to turn something bigger and better. We have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Young Mr. Vanderbilt. How's the little Sharper doing? Yeah, Sharper should enjoy nature more than I. So we do a lot of strolling these days. He's a, then the crowd is craving plot war domination. Yeah? Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Wood. She feels that Sharper's infant mind is not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unwilling to play. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is the objective, yes. Recently, all I can do is try to. The activities I'm endeavoring to find less distasteful. I think you're doing a great job. The whole town's ready to help out whenever we can. Can we teach him to throw a baseball?
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Yeah, her book was rather horrific. Today's news and he's knowing. I give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, has performed a stirring rendition of the Iceman Comet at the State Correction Facility. And there was a dry eye in the house. I guess he had plenty of time to work on his craft.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me? Could you so kind of take my order? Suzanne Margarita's forgotten notifications. Excuse me. I love to place an order.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
As soon as the lunch rush ends, I'll be a feather on the wind. Go on vacation? First time in years. I got you and your mom back. Where's that? Tell you yet? You're gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone. Just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait. Making a little time, I wonder how much
Luca squinted at the faded memories of that day came flooding back.
Yep, more people to give orders from. Good afternoon, Mr. Tough. Sorry, the allergies have been killing me. I've been to smell a thing all day. I almost sold Mrs. Achigala's spilled milk this morning. How do they clear out these tag sciences? Jakes, I just want to be able to spell again. I think this might work. You got this one. A cod for the common cold. Oh, bye, that's spicy. That's stinky. I'm sorry, I'll try again. No, did you see what this baits? I can smell again. Your father's the only doctor in the family. Hey, Mr. Hatch, what can I get you? I'm not terribly hungry. Something snack size if you could. Call it Noble Vela. Lovely. Free burger. What'd it be? Got a lot of mouths to feed, so give me the biggest burger you have. Must eat a lot, huh? You have no idea. Throw some lettuce on top. Indulgent and lettuce. Lavish. Hey, Knuckle Non-Greed. How come we haven't been around the house lately? Well, Dan had little to scream at us all. How's he doing? Has he mentioned me? Not really, he's been busy lately. Sometimes he doesn't come home from work before bedtime. Is that so? Tell him I'm thinking of him. You seem sad. Nonsense. I'm gonna get you for lunch. Frank Meadows doesn't have much of an appetite right now. Greed, you gotta eat. Make it something special. I'll cheer you up. I looked it up. I got frustrated. I call it. Here's looking at you, kid. Oh, Lucas, sweet
Mr.
boy.
Nuncreed reached down and patted Luca's shoulder with an enormous hand.
You got a lot of your daddy in you, don't you? I guess so. Run along and do my best to clean my plate. Oh no, this is a lot of burger. Listen well, child. I'm going to say this once. Core well done burger. Got it? Say well done, I mean it. Well done, no problem. Request my request. I want the burger charred beyond recognition. I want it bitter and black. One burnt burger coming up. How about the most expensive thing you have? And present your row you burnt. Can I hardly believe it. You've done well. Mr. Fatilli had caviar stashed back there? Oh, it's full of surprises. Really good, this was advice. Stead's down overrun by gremlins. Not a gremlin, I'm Luca.
Mr. Wilder adjusted his monocle jokingly.
I stand corrected. In that case, should we leave a craving for a burger? You come to the right place. You have a nice juicy burger topped with onion. Oh, I love a good byline. Many thanks. Alright, looks like we got everything we need. Let's go get to feeding these folks. Or fed everyone. You got all the food yourself? Wonder if you put in those burgers. Just was lying around. Oh dear, that can't be good. Everyone seems happy. You're really a remarkable boy, aren't you? That are the customers in the Cookie Mini game. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I'm gonna see my dad in a bit. You wanna come with? Even after everything I did, you stoop.
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your son, aren't you? I don't think you're ready for that yet. Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now. Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come on, come on. No one's too big, no one's too small. For Jeff's wild ride.
Maybe completely unused.
One piece of candy for the ride of your life. Who's next? I'm just checking something. Okay, I missed something in chapter 3, but that's just a charm. I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You officially moved in. Just a box. It's a bulletin proportion. Sounds awful like putting down roots. He said this place is root worthy. It needs to be stuck with me for a foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years are going to be as interesting as this one. I don't think I'll manage. Ready? Before I go, there's a bit of surprise. Prepare this tree especially for you. I didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. Should do okay in the cold of Old Beacon Pines. And thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. Ah, you got it. Now that's a good-looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot, the ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang on tight to that little tree.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I'd begun to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
A good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best bunny would have done. Should probably give you some alone time right now. Should probably give you some alone time now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine. Really? The only thing fitter. Paul only says the only thing. Bleh. Paul always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. I feel like a dang cello. There's some feeling like a cello. I'm here for you. I know, you don't even say it. You make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We're a trio now. Yep. Hey. Thanks. There's one thing missing now to be part of a group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh god. I won't be long. I'm waiting for you back at the photo booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer. It's autumn. We gotta had some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? I goes by that I don't. You're afraid you're going to forget him. Forget what he looked like, forget his voice. No. Because so much of him lives on in you. You love that old tree, but I knew you would love this one more. His two favorite people planted it. I'll give you to a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Modwell says the next few years the place should warm up, so it won't have to be so cold for much longer. You can understand where you lived that night, where things are really big things. Those beliefs when things made you you. You would have stood for sharper, stood for what you believed in. You wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go. I didn't mean you loved us any less. I might have visited you as much as I used to. I know you understand. Wait a minute, I came here to get something. Um, if I want to play this game again with the charms I have, this falls under, a problem. Yeah, I think that worked. I don't know what I did. Okay, so it's an achievement that mentioned that I want to see what happens.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice? The whiskey from his office? Yep, due to an unfinished glass on his desk. His Goji's glued the more hair of the dog.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
What? And that's what I call 80 proof whiskey. Damn, dude.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing. Well, time to bust out the tickles.
There's one thing I missed. I'm trying to find it, so I'm going to skip through it.
Tears. Beck redouble.
Yeah.
Iggy's eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Iggy. Beck shook the. Chapped the best. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. Hopefully he could make it. In the past, he found the best way to deal with an enraged Roxy was to be a little shit. Solomon Current huffed. Solomon tried. As the glowing. The boy sat. Rolo. He snapped off it. Rolo helped. Luke 1, 15:35. Screw it, Luca. Nothing. No sign. Time to halt. Luca clicked. He was up beacon pipe. He wouldn't throwing. Chapter finding a friend. The next morning, only the sound. Grand. She left. An eerie Luca, he wasn't sure what to think. Luca glanced at the, he wasn't. A pit. Luca's mouth. Luca could. Luca wrapped some tape around the hook. Hey,
Right.
you never know.
It's got a bunch of big words written on it. Let's see that. Regret to inform you that your application for property rights, respect to Baking Pine, CBD, and surrounding area, has been rejected. What's that for? Applicant, Valentine's State. Good. Good. Well, that's quite all. Have a good time to pack up. Just a little bit longer. If it lasts forever, they might not feel special, huh? I guess. I can do, Buckaroo. If you feel like you need to talk about anything at all, just say, let's go fishing. I don't know what you mean. Like a secret password? Yep, top secret. Eat. I think that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys Thursday for whatever I have planned for Thursday. I don't know yet. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a good stream. Hope you guys enjoy good rest of your day. Hope you guys stay safe, and I hope to see you then. See you.